Hello and welcome. Welcome to today's show. My name is Marian and LaSalle, and my co-host today is Lady Lou, the baby boomer babe. You know, we're really glad that you're here, and we're glad that we're here too. We were talking about that before the show started today. We're here as much for you as we are ourselves. Why? Because we're human beings, and we all need to reset our lives. Every day we go through things. Every day somebody says something that hurts our feelings, or something happens, you stub your toe. I mean, it could be something very simple, or it could be something like, oh my God, are you kidding me? You're going to offer that for my house? I thought it was worth so much more. And we might need to reset. And that's why we're here. We're resetting our lives to make us a happier life, a more successful life, a more prosperous life, and productive. We all want to be more productive. We want to end our day thinking to ourselves, you know what? We accomplished something. We helped somebody. We want to feel good about why we're here, why we wake up in the morning. We want to be able to say, hey, good morning. I'm glad I'm here.
Yes, I love that, Marian. You're one of the few people that I've ever known who can jump out of bed and be that happy. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because when I get out of bed, I'm like, oh, okay, I got to get up now. But I get moving. It takes me a little while to get moving, and then I'm fine.
You know, sometimes I lay in bed and I think, I'm just going to lay here for a minute. And within seconds, I'm like, are you kidding me? And I have to pop up. I don't know. I like you said, I'm probably a little different than the average person.
But that's good.
I'm up.
You don't have to be average. You can be above average. And I think that's one of your very good
different.
Different.
Or just different. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Some people can't handle it.
Right. Today's topic is all about making it happen. So make it happen. We were talking about what is it, and Lady Lou has a lot of great information for us. So we're just going to be talking back and forth. If you have a comment, don't think about keeping it to yourself. Remember that you have the ability to converse with us in the chat room. And you can always come on our show with us. You know, that's real easy. All you have to do is contact us, and we'd love to have you right here in the show. As you probably have noticed, we have guests, and we do all kinds of different things. We talk about health and wealth and finances. Well, that's wealth, isn't it? We talk about animals and weather. I mean, just you name it. We're going to talk about it. So if you have a topic you want to cover, let us know. We'd be happy to. So today, Lady Lou, what do you have for us on Make It Happen?
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Marian. I went over to Google last night, and because I kind of knew what we were going to talk about, but yet I wanted something to back it up with. So, because Marian and I can wing almost any topic that we want to talk about, but Make It Happen, and I don't even know where that title came from. It just appeared on our schedule sheet. I don't know if Marian...
I can tell you. Yes, it came from me because I've been accused of making things happen. I set my goals on something, and doggone it if I don't get it. Okay, so I'm going to make it happen. I'll set myself up for success somehow. So that's how it appeared in our topics.
I wondered because I didn't think I wrote it in there. Anyway, Make It Happen is actually a song that Mariah Carey wrote and sang. I didn't know that. So that's one of the things you might want to do. Go over to YouTube and listen to her song. It's beautiful. And it's very poignant too, because it was about a little girl that didn't have a lot of money and stuff, but she made it happen. She became what she wanted to be. And that's what life is about. And you all know who Michael Jordan is, the big basketball player. His quote, and if you'll forgive me, I'm reading behind my camera. He says, some people want it to happen. Some people wish it would happen. and others make it happen. Perfectly said. Because that's how life is. You've seen people out there that daydream all day about wishing they'd have a big house or a fancy car or just anything. And they just sit there and it never happens. They didn't want it bad enough, or they didn't know how to get it, or they didn't go to Google to see what they could find, or they didn't ask anybody for help. Hey, how can I make such and such happen? Because asking, as we've all heard about, asking is the one thing that will get you what you want. And it may not be asking yourself, which I do quite often, because myself knows more than I know. And I don't always know what it knows, so I have to ask it. But you can ask others. Maybe you've got a mentor or a minister or a best friend. Ask them, how can I make whatever happen? They might have some perfect ideas for you. And go with it. That's what you got to do, is take it and run. My mama used to say, take the bull by the horns and run with it. Well, I'm not much on taking the bulls by the horn, but I like to run with what my ideas come up, and they're worth it. And here's another beautiful quote from Diana Ross. Oh, her music was so beautiful and still is. It says, you can't just sit there and wait for other people to give you that golden dream. I love those words, golden dream. You've got to take action and make it happen for yourself. Yeah. How many of you out there have a golden dream? Marian's got one. Tell us yours, Marian. What's your golden dream?
Well, right now, because it does change. Right now, my golden dream is to be able to spend the summers in Michigan with my daughter and grandsons. And I do keep telling everybody, anybody who will listen to me knows that I have that dream. And one of the ways that I want to make that happen is to get a camper van. I've decided not to pull a trailer. I want a van that's self-sufficient, and I want to be able to drive it to Michigan and spend at least a month, hopefully more than that, maybe 2 months. And I want to be able to have strong internet so I can still work my business and have income. And I want to be able to spend the summer with my grandkids and my daughter. That's my dream. And I am going to make it happen.
I know you are.
So if you're watching this today or listening on the podcast, just know that if you have an idea for me or something that you think I need to know about to make that happen, I'm willing to hear it. So I'm asking. I'm open for suggestions and possibilities. So here are some of the things I've been thinking about, because, my house was flooded in Hurricane Harvey, and I broke my arm and fell in the hospital without insurance. So I don't have the money to go out and buy this wonderful camper van. So I have to make it happen another way, right? So I was thinking, okay, so this is perfectly aligned with what we're talking about today. I need to make that happen. So I'm not making it happen by strong-arming it. I'm making it happen with positive, loving, caring energy, right? So I'm not like, I can't have it. I'm so sad. No, I'm not doing any of that. I'm not, please, somebody give me the money. I need no, I'm not doing that. What I'm doing is setting myself up for success by putting it out there, writing it down, putting it on my vision board, talking about it with my friends, asking for suggestions, asking for thoughts and feelings on it. And I know that this time next year, I'm going to be telling you all about how I made it happen. What do you think?
I'm ready for that, Marian. I just love it. You can even ask the universe.
Oh, I am asking. Oh, yes. I'm asking universe. I'm asking friends. I'm asking for thoughts, feelings, good vibes coming my way. Yes. Tell them what ask means. I know I ask you this a lot, and if you've watched our shows, you've probably heard it before, but it's so wonderful. Tell us.
Okay. The word ask, simple little 3 letters. Put the A on top, the S underneath, the K underneath that, and just have them in a little line. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. Is that easy or what?
Mhm.
It's amazing. I learned this little thing at a training session years ago. I was in outside sales and I went to a lot of trainings, and I have never, that was like 40 something years ago. And I still haven't forgotten it today because it meant so much it sank in. And I would like for that to sink in for all of us so that we remember that simple little word, ask.
Thank you. I ask you to I ask you to tell me all the time. What
Yes.
is that? What does that stand for? Where did you find that?
Was it a training? It
Was
was,
it in
and it
training?
was written down. So they handed, there was a handout and it was on there. And I still have that handout somewhere in this house. I don't know where anymore. I keep things like that. But it meant so much to me because I've used it all my life. And you can too, even starting right today. It doesn't matter when you start, it's that you start. So I see it in you. So I got another interesting.
Wait, before you do,
Uh-huh.
what you said earlier, you said Mariah Carey came up with a song. So I'm going to put this up in on the screen here. Okay, what I found. Now this isn't the whole song. This is just a portion of it, and it says, "Make it happen. If you believe in yourself enough and know what you want, you're going to make it happen." So, Lady Lou, let's talk about what if they don't believe in themselves enough? That's what she's saying. If you believe in yourself enough. Well, what if they don't believe in themselves enough? Then what? How do we make it happen? Or how do we create that environment where they believe in themselves?
That's a good one, Marian,
I know, right?
because we've all, heard these things about what we're supposed to do or should have done or could have done or would have done. And that's not always the answer. But the answer has to come from within you, first of all. You have to go quiet in your mind, because that, I always say, that's the difference between meditation and prayer. Prayer is beseeching God for something. Oh, come on, God, if you could do this for me, I'll go to church every Sunday, or something silly like that. Because I've heard them say that, and they make a deal with God because they pray to him or her. And meditation is when you go within yourself, because yourself knows all the answers, believe it or not. So you go in there and then you start listening. You don't talk, you don't think, you listen. We got 2 ears. We're supposed to listen twice as much as we speak, or our brain thinks. Our brain has this beautiful capacity to give us ideas from the subconscious. And I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of an iceberg. The top is up here, but there's this huge mound of ice under the water. That's the subconscious, if you want to make an analogy. This little teeny bit is your conscious, but this mass below it is your subconscious. And it is so wise. It has had many lessons over many lifetimes, if you want to get into that part. But ask your subconscious mind, how do I do this? Or would you help me get more self-esteem? Would you help me believe in myself? You're still asking, remember? But it's not a prayer, beseeching. You're asking from a space of honesty, a space of goodness, a space of just wanting to know. And then you go quiet. And sometimes you'll go to sleep. And that's okay. Because when you're asleep, your conscious mind is over here. It's sitting on the bookshelf waiting for you to come back. And then your subconscious mind is down there brewing, if you will, because you've already asked it for what you want. And then you go quiet. And if you go to sleep, that's fine. You're still in that subconscious mind. And when you awaken, then look for those ideas. They're going to be there. Start just sitting there quietly and say, all right, subconscious, what did you have for me? And be prepared to write it down, because you're going to forget. Trust me. Write it down.
Or record it. Yeah, get a recorder.
There you go. with your cell phone. Most of them, all of them have a way to record on them. So ask the subconscious mind for what you want. This is a Jose Silva technique.
I have another technique.
Okay.
You want to hear it? Okay.
Yeah.
So what Lady Lou just described is one way. Here's another way, and I didn't even realize it until this nice lady, Rebecca Egan. She sent me this book. Yeah. She sent me this book. It's called The Shadow.
The Shadow Dance.
The Shadow Dance. Okay. So, as you might know, Lady Lou and I are working with Eileen Dillon. She's a psychoanalyst, and she's writing courses and books and all kinds of stuff on the subconscious and us. And the way she put it fits in perfectly with the shadow self. So watch what I did yesterday. Fully awake, no meditation, no closing my eyes, none of the sleeping stuff. This is totally awake as I'm driving. So I'm driving to take my dog to the vet. And when you come down Bissonnette Street in Houston, there's a little curve around and you can get on Bel Air, which is right off of where the dog groomer is. And right beyond the dog groomer is Firestone Tire. And then right behind that is Dunkin' Donuts. So I know this. My subconscious knows exactly where I'm going. I'm going to the dog groomers, but my mind went, oh, Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, man. So my shadow self said, Dunkin' Donuts, man, doesn't that sound good? It's sugary and delicious. And we could just eat one. And I said, now, I didn't even know about shadow self yet. I'm experimenting with different things. And I said, now, is that a very nice way to handle your friend? I am your friend, right? You are, you're telling me about this beautiful Dunkin' Donut, which I love. Okay, but I'm trying to slim down and get healthier. So if you were truly my friend, you wouldn't do that to me. You wouldn't tempt me like that. And the shadow self said, oh, okay, well, we could always have a donut later then. And it left me alone.
Good. I love it. We can do
I'm
that.
Talking to that part of me that is self-sabotaging, is not believing in me, is trying to not harm me. I've trained it, to love donuts and whatnot. Okay. So anyway, there's multiple ways that we can handle doing what it is that we're talking about here, which is believing in ourselves, because there's different parts of us.
Right.
Some people call it subconscious. Some people call it, God. Some people call it, I don't know, Lady Lou, there's different things that people call that other thing that's doing this, right?
Yeah, my alter ego and stuff like that. So definitely, that's a beautiful story, Marian. And I think a lot of us can relate to it, because we do have to talk to ourselves. And she was talking to her subconscious mind, even though she was fully awake and driving. And a lot of times it is called self-hypnosis when we're driving. I don't know if you've ever driven to your work or whatever, and all of a sudden you're there and you don't even remember the path, the things you passed. You were in a semi-hypnotic state and you were just driving the way you always do. And you got there, but you were unconscious about the route. You just took it. I sometimes accuse my car of knowing where to go. But it's up here between our ears that gives us the help we need. And if you cannot find it up there, then ask for the help. Learn how to meditate. Go and find someone to help you learn to meditate. Go find a mentor, or even if you really need it, a therapist. Therapists are wonderful. And of course, the trick is to find the one that's good for you, because sometimes they're not always that great for us. So if you need to experiment with therapists, go through a couple of them before you find the one that's really the best for you. Because there's nothing stopping you from changing a therapist or a mentor or anything. Some people get this loyalty thing going, and oh, give me a break. It's not being loyal if they're abusing you or some such thing, or you're not getting what you're paying for. Next, go find somebody better. Don't get stuck in that rut. You know about that rut, that coffin with the ends kicked out? We don't want to live there. But bring up your self-esteem. Bring up the trust in yourself.
Did you just hear what you said? Your self-esteem.
My what?
You said your self-esteem.
Yeah.
Interesting, huh? The stream of consciousness, self-esteem. Ah, you came up with a new word.
Self-esteem. I like that. I'll coin a new phrase. But it's good because it is a self-stream of consciousness. And we can change it. Maybe it should go that way. Maybe it should go this way. And over and under and through. As Marian always says, if I can't make it go that way, I'll go under, I'll go over, I'll go through it, or around it. And that's the key to it. It's just to keep on keeping on.
There you go.
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
Very good. I accept. Thank you, Marian. I didn't realize what I had said.
What else you got for us?
Oh, let's see. What else have I got for us? There is another one. Oh, this is that Johann Wolfgang Goethe. He says, whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Begin it now. And I love that word, boldness. Don't think small. Oops, we can't say that. Think big. Because if I tell you don't do something, that's what you're going to do. So think big. Have bold ideas. Have the wilder, the better. Because if you can just dream it, you can create it. In fact, that was one of Napoleon Hill's things. If you can imagine or think about something, then that idea is yours. You can do it. I've forgotten the exact quote, but it's a beautiful quote. And just know that if you thought of it, it's possible for you to do. Most people don't know that either. Because I've had some weird stuff that I wanted. And one of them was this house that I'm living in now. It was built by my dad. And I never wanted to live up here when my folks were alive. And when they passed, I ended up in the house for 12 years now. Have loved being here. And I didn't know that this was where I would land. I just thought I wanted to move out of Houston, get back to the earth. I'm a farmer. And here I am with 5.5 acres that I can do whatever I choose. It's big enough. So what have you got, Marian?
What do you mean, what do I got?
Well, another thought.
Oh, so making it happen?
Anything, sure.
Well, I have, this thing that I really want to have happen, and I'm really focused on that. And I was just sitting here thinking, what is it that you're trying to make happen, Lady Lou?
I'm trying to make a better me. Right now, I have everything I need in the physical world, and I want more for me, emotionally and mentally, and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm working on me. I have that luxury now, and a lot of people don't because they've got to hustle and make a living. And I'm at that stage in my life where that's taken care of. So I am working on myself. Our friend Eileen Dillon has a new class on anger, and it started last night. It's a 4-week class, and I'm there. Like Eileen says, she admits she's a recovering angry person. And I remember being angry as a little child, and I never understood where it came from. They used to accuse me of an Irish temper. My dad's dad was from Ireland. So I always, I've just got an Irish temper, but it went more than that, beyond that. And all my life I've been plagued with that anger. And now I have the joy of learning how and why all of that anger is there and how to release it. And I'm up to it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Gosh, a lot of us would want to get rid of hurt and anger that is underlying, that pops up at the most inappropriate time.
Oh, I know.
Right?
Right. And Eileen is recording this class. In fact, it is a course that she's making, and she gave me the opportunity to be a participant in the making of the course. So it will be available in about a month or so. I don't know how quick they'll turn it around, but they're just 4 1-hour classes on anger. And I just learned so much. One of the things that I even questioned her about after the class, because she doesn't allow questions during the recording, but she said something in the class about anger is depression and grief. And I thought, wait a minute. I thought anger was just anger, but how can it be grief and depression? And then I got to thinking, and I asked her the question, how does that work? And the way she explained it was beautiful. I hope she will incorporate that into the next class, because she said she was going to dive deeper into that topic. But grief, we've all got grief over something. And then all of a sudden one day you're, oh my God, I can't get out of bed. I'm so depressed. And you don't even know the word depressed maybe, but you just don't feel yourself. And it can be depression and you don't realize it. And then of course you go to the doctor and he hands you a pill, and pills aren't the answer. We know that. It comes from within. We have to get this straight. So I am so delighted with this class. So I'm learning to deal with my inner self now at this stage in my life.
Fantastic. So you're going to make it happen.
I'm going to make it happen. I am making it happen.
Good. I am.
I am.
Anything that comes after I am is very strong.
Yes.
I am. Whenever you say that, think about that's what you really are. So if you say I am angry, oh, you are truly angry. I am. Be careful about what you say after I am. Or what your thoughts are, your feelings. So a lot of us try to control what comes out of our mouth. But what in reality, in my thinking, is it's the energy behind that. So people can feel that, whether you're saying it or not. They're feeling that anger, or they're feeling the emotions that are around them. And I'm an empath, so I feel it even more than most people. I literally, like a hit, a feeling. I can feel somebody when they're angry. And it's so hard, it's so horrible that a lot of times I won't let them do it. I'll stop them right there and say, you can't do that to me. You take your anger or your frustration or your bitchiness and you turn it around and go the other way, because I don't want to feel like that. Goodbye. Have you ever gone into the grocery store or someplace where there's other people and all of a sudden you don't feel so well? Well, it could be that, the people around you are not feeling well and they're pushing that energy off on you. Oh, it's tough being a human, isn't it?
Oh, gosh, here's another quote that I'll just love. And I know we're getting to the end of our time here. This is from Brian Tracy, and most people know him.
Yes.
It says, ideas are a dime a dozen. Yeah, but people who put them into action are extremely rare. How about that? So be in the minority and make it happen.
Okay. Brian Tracy's really good with quotes and feelings of joy and making it happen. He got a lot accomplished in his life, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Well, I think he's still around, still working.
Oh, Brian Tracy?
Yeah. I won't swear to that, but I don't know. I met him years and years ago when he came to Houston for some workshops. Nice man. Now I know Wayne Dyer's gone.
Well, anyway.
It's okay. We'll find out. It doesn't matter though, because they left a legacy. And that's what we can do. Leave a legacy for our family and for the next generations to come by being the best we can be.
Yes. So you want to take us out now, Lady Lou, and
Sure.
wish everybody well on their way today?
I will. And I'm going to go ahead and do the Wayne Dyer quote as we go out. There's no scarcity of opportunities to make a living at what you love. There's only scarcity of people to make it happen. Well, I'm not going to be one of those scarcity of people. I am making it happen for me. And I know you out there, our audience, can make it happen because Marian and I are making it happen for us. So we thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We love your comments, and go watch us on YouTube too and on Facebook, and like us, subscribe to our channel, that kind of thing. We appreciate that, and enjoy our videos. We love doing them. So goodbye for now.
Bye for now. Remember, create a fantastic day for yourself. You can do it. I have faith in you. Do it today.